Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity, and you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So I'm gonna talk a little bit on chemical castration today, because I was watching this video not too long ago, and it mentioned something about chemical castration throughout society. So I'm pretty much going to go over how society is literally chemically castrating individuals, in mass. And then I'm also going to get into a little bit more in depth with where this is also taking place, But let's get right into it. So today's video is chemical castration throughout society. So once again, I was watching this video right the other day. I was scrolling on YouTube and saw this interesting video that caught my eye, and then it pretty much it led to talking of chemical castration, right? And this had pretty much raised my attention, and the dude further stated that there's also experiments of this chemical castration on frogs and tadpoles, and that what it was doing, it was pretty much turning the male tadpoles into female tadpoles. Okay, and these chemicals were coming from I want to say drinking water. Okay, and not only drinking water, but some of the foods, or a lot of the foods that we're eating. Okay, and then I started doing a little bit of research on my own, and I found out that there's a lot of study on atrazine, which is a pesticide, or it's an herbicide, and it's one of the most commonly used pesticides. Okay, it's called atrazine, and basically what atrazine does is it's supposed to be used for an herbicide or a pesticide, right? But they've taken very, very small amounts of atrazine, and they've ran experiments on these tadpoles and these frogs, and they have found that it's been turning the male frogs or tadpoles into feminine tadpoles, or female tadpoles or female frogs, And what they're experimenting with, the amounts of atrazine that they're experimenting with, is less than the amounts that are allowed in our drinking water, okay, or even when growing produce and whatnot, So it's definitely it's crazy how they allow this to take place. And then I was speculating why they would be chemically castrating mass people, and then there could be a number of different reasons, for this. It could be that they want to thin the population, and by creating more women and less men to fertilize, in this way they can pretty much reduce the population, thin it a little bit. And if it's not having to do with population thinning or population control, it can be that they want to just slowly reduce the masculinity within society. Okay, and this can further be for a number of different reasons as well. You know, but if you like observe nowadays, this is true. Like there is this chemical castration taking place. If you like observe a little bit more, you can see that dudes are just turning a lot more feminine, right? And this can also be the rise in divine femininity. Okay, the divine feminine energy is on the rise, and this could also relate to it in that way, you know. But it's one of these things. It's like this chemical. It's acting as an endocrine disrupting chemical, right? So it's pretty much converting testosterone to estrogen, and estrogen is pretty much responsible for the development of female reproductive systems and the maintaining of them. So what atrazine is doing, it's pretty much converting our testosterone as males into estrogen, and estrogen it develops female reproductive systems and it maintains them, you know. And once again, there could be a number of different reasons why they're actually doing this, but it's just whatever. I guess I can go off of many different reasons why they're doing this, but it's more so that it can be for population thinning. I know they also do this in the prisons as well, and this is something that I heard a while back, that they actually have a lot of drugs in the prison food, okay? And the purpose of these drugs in the prisoners' food is to lower the amount of libido that one would have, you know, so that there isn't. And this is what they said about it, that there isn't as much raping going on in the prison systems. So they pretty much put drugs in their food so that the libido falls and there won't be as much rapings, you know, and things like this, which does make sense, you know. But I think there's a lot more to it, you know. There is most definitely a lot more to it than just trying to prevent the rapings in the prisons, you know. And then come to find that they're actually doing this out of the prisons as well, just in society, in mass. Okay, and atrazine is one of the most common pesticides or herbicides, once again. So it's probably in all of the conventionally grown foods, and probably even in the organic foods. And then I also saw or heard that it's in water as well. So it's most definitely interesting that they're converting people or males specifically into more feminine beings, you know, and they're converting testosterone into estrogen, and then this leads to the development of female reproductive systems. So I guess you can always come to your own conclusion when trying to understand why they're doing this. You know, I find it that it could relate to population control. You know, it can also relate to them trying to reduce masculinity in itself. It can be something like trying to get in accordance with the divine rise of, or the rise of divine feminine energy as well. But I'm sure that there's supposed to be masculinity within the mix of the rise, you know, so it just seems kind of unnatural to be converting mass testosterone levels into estrogen, you know. But you can do all your own research. Once again, you can look up these experiments for yourself. All you really got to do is look up chemical castration, atrazine, you know, experiments on tadpoles or frogs, and there's plenty of articles where people have been doing this research on frogs, little organisms, and humans, you know. So I also want to talk about chemical castration as a means of well, no, I couldn't already remember that. So I'm probably just gonna end it right there. All right, I don't want to make the video too long. Anyway, I just wanted to go over a little bit of chemical castration that's going on throughout society, and it's probably most likely not only atrazine either. It's a lot of the water has so many contaminants. And there's a lot of different websites you can actually use to find out what contaminants are in the tap water at your in your zip code, you know, your postal code. You can use it, and then it shows you all the contaminants of the water in your tap, you know. And there's usually a lot, and most of them are cancer causing. All right, so I'm sure that they won't have a problem finding castrating chemicals within tap water, you know, and not only tap water but also the food, you know, because this atrazine is a pesticide, it's an herbicide, and there's so many different chemicals being used nowadays for the growth of our food, you know. So I'm sure that it's not just atrazine, and I'm sure that they're not just chemically castrating people either. I'm sure that they're doing a lot more, you know. I'm sure of that they're doing a whole lot more than just castrating people on this level. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. I hope everybody did enjoy the content, and once again, do all your own research. Okay, this is not a lie, this is complete truth. So I would say, in order to avoid this type of thing as much as possible, just find yourself some spring water, you know. I want to say spring water, alkaline water. Get some organic foods, you know, something that has been known to not be grown with any type of chemicals in it, because this is the source of this converting of our testosterone. And I'm sure that it's needed, you know. Without it, it's going to lead to an imbalance, and this imbalance can lead to a type of disease, a type of global disease, okay? And that can disrupt even more off of the globe, you know. But we'll see what happens with this, you know. Once again, it can be they can be doing this for many different things. One of them is pretty much population control is what I think, you know, but there can be a lot more reasons why they're doing this. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. So hope everybody did enjoy. Once again, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you do enjoy the daily content, and also drop a like on today's video if you did enjoy. Comment down anything if you want to add anything, you know, if you have any knowledge on this subject at all. Comment down and help me to understand a little bit more on it. All right, and that's pretty much it. So peace out once again. Also, make sure to generate some static electricity from the etheric body. It needs to be realized and strengthened for the collective rise of consciousness. One love. Have a great day, and avoid the castration. All right.